Wonderful job. I know that we've met before, but it was really nice getting to know you and talk a little bit about music with you as well. I think you're going to do fine. I know that the guitar right now is strung the opposite way. Next week, come in about a half an hour to 20 minutes early, and we can restring that guitar for you. We'll get a set of strings. I will find a nut so we can flip that over, and we'll make it playable so you can learn on what hand makes you feel the most comfortable. Till we get together again, can you try and do the spider exercises for me? So you're going to be taking your pick. Don't make it pointy, but make it a little flatter. Boop, boop, like that. You're going to feel it go up and down. The whole concept is you're going to be doing this idea of raking it. Ooh. Nice. And then what we do with our spider exercise is you put your first finger, first fret, not flat where you're covering them all, but pointy, where it quite literally is just going boop and hitting just that one. Now press down hard, because if you don't, it won't make a sound. When you do, you get that note. So put your first finger and then your second finger down, your third finger down, and then your fourth finger. If you have a hard time and your fingers are squinching up and they're not making it all the way to the fourth fret, try and take a deep breath, sit up straight, place both your feet firmly on the ground, look straight ahead, and put your first finger here with your thumb pointing straight up, like that, rather than up the headstock. When doing this, it should feel like a down note, and then try and really stretch that one. If you're having a hard time reaching this pinky up here, you can let go of where that first one is and move towards the fourth, but the whole purpose is to stretch those fingers. Right? So it's going to look like 1, 2, 3, 4. You're then going to be going down all these notes. Try and get each one of these notes to ring out loud. Yes, the bottom notes are a little bit harder than the higher notes. When we do this, you should find yourself going through all of these notes at about this pace. If you want, whenever you start off on one note, you can play it a couple different times. Down, 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 down. Switch fingers, switch string. Down, 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 down. You can keep your fingers on the strings or take them off. Either way, because when you move this finger and cover the next one, none of the strings being touched here matter, because this note shortens the distance between here and then here, thusly making the note a faster frequency. We talked about a lot of things today, and the one thing I wanted you to know is this doesn't have to be understood or gotten right away. It's a process, but these things do start to come into fruition when you start playing and learning a couple songs. So when we start talking about things, please don't be overwhelmed by the amount of information. If it's too much, I could back off. However, all these are supposed to be kept on YouTube, so you'll always have this as a resource, whether it's 2 weeks from now or 2 years from now, or 20 years from now. So with our first finger playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, each one of these fingers has a special role. First finger, second finger, third finger, and fourth finger. As long as you can do these spider exercises and get them to a point where you're taking it from one note, which doesn't make a lot of noise, having a hard time getting through here and like getting buzzing and stuff, as soon as like a week goes by and you put 20 minutes into it, 30 minutes, you should notice that the buzzing goes away when you press down harder. Another idea is building muscles like this helps our fingers to stop doing this number. When we put our fingers on the fretboard, because we haven't built up muscles and ligaments in between our tendons and everything, it tends to make our feet look like baby does, kind of like trying to stand up on their own. So what happens is we need to strengthen that. And the way we do that is by doing these spider exercises. All right. So the only goal for this week is to do the spider exercises. Go slow and steady. Do downstrokes with the pick on your left hand. And make sure that all the notes are coming out nice and clean. If you get any buzzing, shift the finger around just a little bit, forwards, backwards, up and down, and try and press harder. Use the tippy top of your finger. That tends to do the job. Right now, building muscles are great, but the more you do this, you'll notice your fingers will become harder. Not gross harder, just hard enough that they will keep the shape and then go back to their nice squishiness later. I've got 25 years of calluses, meaning when I press a note, my fingers remember where those grooves are. Crazy, yeah? You yourself might have that issue down the road, but it's not an issue because it actually is very comfortable. I'm capable of lifting up hot items because all the calluses and the capillaries in the end of my fingers are pretty much dead. I've got hardened fingers, which allows me to have being able to play really hard, complex stuff on the guitar, bass, and all sorts of other instruments. But as far as our interest in this, go through your spider exercises, get those fingers worked up. When you get all the way to the top, go back to the bottom, keep it going. If you can go through this process at a speed of 1, 2, 3, 4, like 7, 8 times, top to bottom, top to bottom, top to bottom, you are on the right path. I'm very much looking forward to this musical journey with you, and I will see you next week a little bit earlier so we can get that string change and flip-flop over the nut at the top so we can turn your right-handed guitar into a left-handed guitar. Alrighty, aloha!